You have ever opened every package of bacon at the store only to find it thin, fatty, and nearly meatless? You'll consider today's kitchen technique, which is how to make bacon and homemade eggs. Yes, you can make your own bacon. Who knew? Becky Low did. She knows all about it. Here's my first question. Why? Why would we make our own bacon?
Oh, because you can.
Because you can.
You know, it's very popular right now to have smokers, and this is just a recipe that people are looking for, and it's something new and it's different. It's also, you can buy the pork belly, which is cheaper, and so you can do it for less cost if you're buying it on sale.
Okay.
And you get to do the flavors with it.
Do you have to have a smoker to do this?
No, you can do it in the oven, but you're going to eliminate that smoky taste.
Okay.
So on the recipe, I put down how you do it in the oven and on the smoker, and it works out both ways. But I love that smoke. In fact, you can kind of smell it.
Yeah, you can.
So you want that. That's part of what the bacon taste is.
Okay, so we start with the pork belly.
Okay, pork belly. We're starting with it.
What is that exactly?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Growing up, we called it side meat, but it's just a thin, flat piece of meat.
Okay.
You know, this is actually where the bacon comes from. You can see the meat and the fat in it.
The fat.
You know, at this point, you don't want to cut out the fat. You can later if you want to. Okay, then the next thing is that we're going to cure this ourselves. And this is so easy. Now, if you want to have this tonight, then you might want to just go buy some commercial bacon.
Okay.
Okay, but if you want it next week or you want to use that new smoker you got for Christmas, you got to try this recipe.
It has to sit for a week?
It does.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so it's curing. You're curing it at home.
Okay, okay.
So what we do, actually I'm going to do this first.
What's in there?
So I have some salt, kosher salt, that's a little bit more coarse than the table salt. Don't use as much if you use the table salt. I like that. Some brown sugar and also some pepper. And so I just mix it up with my hands.
Okay.
Okay, now our pork belly.
Yes.
I like to have about a 2 to 3 pounds because it fits in a Ziploc bag nice and neat.
Okay.
But they come to 5-7 pounds, you know, so you can get your butcher to cut off whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, next is where I'm going to drizzle some maple syrup. We're using about 1/4 of a cup total, or you could use honey with this, and I'm just going to smear it around. And by the way, that has been patted dry with just a paper towel.
Is pork belly hard to find at the grocery store?
Every store that I have been to, it's been there.
Okay.
Okay, sometimes it's out in the butcher, you know, it's not in the regular meat section, but in the butcher counter.
Okay.
Or you can just ask your butcher for it.
Okay.
Okay, next we're going to put our cure on there.
I'm sorry, that was maple syrup?
Maple syrup.
Maple syrup, okay.
Or you could use honey.
Cure.
Okay, now this gets a little bit messy as you turn it over, so I'm going to have you help me.
Yes, ma'am.
Open up our bag, and I'm going to slip it in this way to begin with. Okay, and then turn it over. Okay, turn it over. In fact, if you'll just hold that open for just a second, I'm going to drizzle some more bacon in.
That smells really good.
That's maple syrup.
We got bacon on the brain. We're making bacon.
We're making bacon. We're smoking bacon.
I was trying to think of a little tune, a little song that I could perform for you with that being the lead lyric. I'm making bacon, but it hasn't come to me yet, so.
Okay, well, you think on that.
Okay.
All right, seal that up.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll put it in the fridge.
Okay.
It's going for a week. You know, again, my hand is kind of messy, so I'll let you do that.
I'll do it.
Okay, and here's some that I have been smoking for a week. Now this is what I like to do. Every day you want to turn it over. So I usually put it in a 9x13 pan. You know, it fits just nice. In fact, as long as you're doing it, I usually have 2 that I'm doing, and then you can just flip those back and forth.
Just rotate it.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And that allows it, and you can see where it develops its juices as it goes, and that just keeps it in there. This one is ready to smoke, and I always put the date on it so I know how long I've actually had that in the refrigerator.
Okay, okay.
Okay, then smoke it according to your manufacturer's directions. I have a pellet, and so I'll do it with it. But the key is you want 175 degrees, and then you want to use a thermometer with it. Now, meat thermometers, you normally just put the tip in.
Right.
But I like this probe right here.
Okay.
In fact, if you look close, you can see the hole where I have placed that.
Right.
Yep. Down inside, and then this unit, I can put that probe inside the meat, and then I'll put the unit outside of it so I can monitor that without continuing lifting up my smoker.
Got it, got it. We don't want to release that smoke and release that.
Correct. Every time you open it up, then it cools it down. It takes it longer to do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, once it's done, you do need to cool it off in order to make those nice thin slices.
Guess what? I'm kind of getting in on this. I
you
think Mark would
it.
be so impressed if I was like, hey, just making my own bacon over here.
You know, you get him a pork belly and he will just
he'd love it. Yeah, any guy would die over this idea.
Yeah.
All right, what goes with it?
Okay, so you can use it with whatever you want, you know, once it's cooked up. In fact, slicing like this, you can leave it in the refrigerator or freeze it up, so that would be an advantage to doing a couple at a time so that you're ready to go.
And then just reheat it.
Correct. Okay. Well, with the reheating, you're actually frying it up. So this technically, you cook it to 150 degrees internal temperature. Right.
Got it.
And technically, that is cooked, but we want that nice, crisp, characteristic texture of cooked bacon. It renders out the fat with it.
Throw it in the pan and call that good.
Yep.
Yum.
Okay, so what we're doing, I brought an omelet to actually share this with. So I have my omelet pan.
Yes.
Why don't you put some butter in there? You know, there's a little pad on the top of there that I have, and we'll hope that this pan is nice and hot.
I think it is.
Oh, you know, we're pretty good with that.
Becky, after 12 years, you own this kitchen, lady. You got it.
Okay, that could be just a touch hotter, but we're going to go ahead, and you want that to be nice and sizzly.
Right.
Okay, 3 eggs. I'm making a 3-egg omelet, and I'm adding a couple of tablespoons of milk that'll make it nice and fluffy.
Okay.
We'll add this
I had milk
to our
my
pan.
omelet eggs too, and my husband, when we got married, thought that was so odd. No, milk, fluffiness, right?
Okay, now as this is cooking, you know, as it starts to, ooh, there we go with our omelet right off the edge of the stove. Okay, you'll just move that to this inside, you know, just those edges, and it allows the egg to run and cook underneath.
Yeah.
Okay, then we're putting our toppings in. Now, I like to cook up ahead of time, and we're going to go ahead and put this in. You want to cook it until that's dry or it's no longer runny.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll let you do this. Okay, so I have some cooked bacon. There it is. Some sautéed mushrooms that I used with the whole thing. Ooh, there's one for you.
Thank you.
Okay, and you want to put it on 1/2 of your eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're going to fold the other half over on top of it.
This is fancier than I do it at home.
Some mushrooms. And some spinach.
There it is.
Okay, and you can't forget the cheese. And so we want to put half the cheese on the inside of it as well.
Okay.
Okay, half, and then half of it will go on top of it. And whatever cheese you like. I'm using a mozzarella, a little bit more.
A little bit more. I'll never say no to more cheese. Never.
Okay, now this is cooked. Remember that you want to cook that before you add your ingredients so that it's going to fold over. And you just actually take your spatula, fold it over, and then you put it out onto the plate and garnish it.
Beautiful breakfast.
And there you go.
Could be dinner, right?
Yeah, it could be dinner. In fact, I love it for dinner.
I know. I've never met a family that doesn't love breakfast for dinner. Becky, thank you so much.
You bet.
Homemade bacon. Who knew? Now you do. Smoking. We're smoking. We're making bacon. All of it with Becky Low. Look for the recipe on our website, studio5.ksl.com.